everybody, and welcome to this edition of It's a Smallville After All. My name is Mikey.
And my name is Jeremy, and here we are back in the Fortress of Solid Dudes to watch more Smallville.
Absolutely.
This time we're on YouTube.
Yeah, dude, we're trying.
Okay.
Man, we've tried to get how many episodes of this on YouTube?
This is like the third time we've tried to get this going. But since then, we made a lot of YouTube stuff, and we kind of figured it out.
Yes, that's true.
So this should be flawless. This is going to be
great,
fucking nice. Also, thanks for checking out the podcast, obviously.
Thank you for sticking
on
with
the
us.
podcast app.
All of the friends of the Fortress.
But if you did want to find this YouTube video, you're like, I wonder what these dudes look like. I wonder how handsome they are. You can go to the Cobra Guys at youtube.com.
YouTube.com/Cobra Guys. I don't know if that's how it works.
I don't know if there's slashes or ats on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what
it's the search word.
Yeah, I don't know what a URL for.
Cobra Guys is our YouTube channel.
That's right, baby. And in Cobra Guys, we like to talk about Superman.
That's right. We love talking about Superman.
Absolutely. Man, Superman is all the buzz right now. He's in the news with all his trailers.
Superman's in the news.
Yep.
Cool-ass James Gunn is in the news.
That's right. He is
shooting
cool.
down the haters.
You've been seeing his, I don't know, it looks, with all those quotes that he said about, like, fucking the haters and this and that.
Yeah.
No Snyder nerds can go suck it. He seems like he also must have recently done a photo shoot where he was, like, dressed really nice and hanging out in the shadows. Because I've been seeing tons of badass pictures of him that go up there with.
Well, the quotes about the Snyder haters were not even that bad. He was like, that's fine. He's like, I don't think everybody should be rooting for you.
Yeah.
There should be people that root against you. And I'm like, that's a crazy thing to say, but sure.
Yeah, I saw a thing.
Nice that's like judo.
Yeah.
You're like, you think you're attacking me? I say, no, I like that.
Wouldn't it be absolutely insane to think if you're the person making Superman, every person's going to love this?
In this day and age, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like this.
In 1970, probably everybody was on board.
Yeah, I think everybody liked stuff.
Or maybe they were like, no, that's for kids. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like when E.T. came out, was there some people being like, that shit's for
puppet
kids?
Looks fake.
Or was it just like, nah, dude, there's not that many movies, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody used to be able to like stuff.
Yeah.
But now there's so many of us, and we all have our dumbass opinions.
It's like everybody writes the newspaper now.
Yes, that's true. We all have an opinions article.
Yeah.
And we shove it in each other's face.
Yep.
And our opinion is that Smallville rules.
That is our opinion,
if you were wondering.
Yeah. And so today we're watching and discussing Noir, Season 6, Episode 20.
Yes.
What did you think? Before we get into it.
All right, so, usually we talk a little bit more while we're pre-watching, but we didn't really say anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't.
Loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I absolutely loved it.
I loved the Noir part. It was so earnestly done. Like, they're doing it.
I bet
it had all your classic shots from your Noirs. It had actual stock footage from that era.
Yeah.
Or at least they made it look like
I think that's what they did.
I'm not sure, but it looked really good.
There was one shot of a city that looked like
stock.
It could have been stock.
Yeah.
But they shot
all the characters looked awesome in their costumes.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think all the actors nailed it.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't
enough
matter.
of them did that I enjoyed it.
Also, I
thought Clark was a little off.
Well, they're all just playing what Jimmy's perceiving them as. So
that is true
even
too.
If it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I could blame Jimmy's dream.
His bad imagination.
Yeah, no, because I think Jimmy has a good imagination. I'll say that he had a bad. He dreamed because he's got complicated feelings for Clark.
Well, we're big Jimmy boosters here,
definitely.
And I think this is another episode where he kicks so much ass. It's hilarious. Even though it was kind of in his dream.
Even Jimmy, who doesn't really know that Clark has a secret, had figured out in his dream that Clark had a secret.
Yeah, you're right. I just thought when Clark was in his cool persona, he could have been cooler. But then you find out he's undercover.
He's a dork-ass cop.
He's a dork-ass cop, yeah.
Yeah, man, he looked so handsome.
He did look so handsome. They all look so handsome.
Yeah.
And I thought Rosenbaum did fucking great.
Yeah.
So, when he was spitting out those lines, I'm like, this feels right. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I think all the best
the lingo.
All the best things about the episode, I think, didn't have to do with the performances.
I agree.
Which it can go the other way.
Costumes, sets, direction.
Whoever shot it,
yeah,
that person is the MVP. And
yeah,
like
that's
the
true.
guys who made it rain and the people who picked the costumes.
Yeah.
And, the way they had Lex in that suit that is definitely way too big. It was just of the style. Those guys would float around in those jackets.
Yeah.
And those were big guys. But
they were big guys.
He's such a wee lad.
True.
The use of smoke was incredible.
And shadow.
Yeah. Even in the light when Lionel smokes.
Yeah.
That dude, his smack thing.
Yeah.
His smoke thing.
And Lionel spitting out those lines was great.
Yeah,
when he like took a puff in between lines.
Yeah,
something about it was like, this is awesome.
And it was like he would take a puff when you're not looking at him, and then lean in, and then it would just all creep out of his mouth.
It was very cool.
It was like he was good because he's a stage actor.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Clark was boring. Clark was dull. Lana was too much.
You think so?
And a lot of times I felt like I was still hearing Lana.
Yeah.
From the modern time.
It's true, but I think I put Lana and Clark in the same boat because it's like they both looked the part fucking to the T's.
Yeah.
To the nines, but I don't think it felt like a performance.
I think they could have gone.
It was too separate from what they usually do.
Yeah. I think Lana's could have been more on point. It was like, I mean, not all the stuff she did was like being in the fucking showing up at the office and then
the Femme Fatale.
Being there at the end and her being the bad guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That all was perfect.
You weren't buying the outfits?
Yeah, I didn't love the outfits.
All right, that's fair.
And I just thought that I would have liked, I don't know, just a different fit on the skirts, bigger hats maybe is what I was looking for.
Yeah. You remember when she was wearing Clark's hat? That was funny.
Yeah, man, Clark looked too.
Yeah, he looked good.
Dude, seeing Clark in the white tank top after they 100% had sex in Jimmy's dream, his got knocked out dream, was nice. That was hot.
That was worth the whole episode. That one shot.
Yeah, it's scandalous.
Yeah, it's true.
Because like that Clark was playing a cop who like he's like
he went undercover
but he accidentally was like I gotta bone Lana.
Oops, fell in love with Lana in every universe, even the one that's a dream of a jabroni.
I fell in love with Lex Luthor's wife. See?
Yeah.
I think they could have gone harder on that. Even.
I think like Chloe should have been in it more.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny that
Chloe's
like they're like,
that.
Sorry, sexism. She's not the reporter. She's the assistant.
Yep,
that's the way it would have been. Okay.
I liked that everything wasn't a
1-1.
It wasn't a 1-1 from the dynamics of the show.
I certainly expected it to be. That was a little thrown off that it wasn't. To be honest, with
I
you.
liked that it didn't
have anything to do with Smallville.
Not really. It had a little bit to do thematically with, obviously Lana trying to get out from under the thumb of the Luthors. That's like the only tie that binds.
Yes.
Because that's the only thing Jimmy knows.
It's true. No, it's pretty earnest in that way.
Like, because his Clark, you're like, what?
It's perfect if this episode's perfect if you're a Smallville fan and you're like, well, what's Noir? I don't really get it. And now you could watch this and you would know.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens in every single Noir.
I do feel that if I knew all the specific references, I bet this is less of a
pastiche and more of a specific.
Yes.
This is like Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, my only example would be the gardenia. That's like Rosebud, is that?
Yeah,
it's the last thing he says when he dies?
Yeah, that's very much like Rosebud. But is that even a Noir, that movie? Citizen Kane?
I
don't necessarily think it is.
But they might just be doing old movies.
No, I agree with you on that.
So
I completely agree with you.
I think that if we knew more, we might have recognized some more specifics.
True, and it's like, what movie was that they were watching? One, it was a reality-breaking thing because it was the Warner Brothers logo, which I loved.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I think that was Humphrey Bogart, but I'm not so well-versed in those films.
I love putting them on.
And you know what? Fuck looking it up. We're just watching it. We watch the show.
Yeah, I like putting on those kinds of movies to fall asleep, but I don't ever really...
I mean, I'm fucking balls deep into writing a noir story for like a long time now.
Yeah, so it's fun to see.
So I'm steeped in that universe.
This is a trope of,
and that's why I think like I was a little disappointed the way Clark was spitting those lines out because I'm like, these are good fucking lines.
He's not putting anything on it.
He's like, yeah, didn't anybody tell you there's no heroes in Metropolis? But I'm like, I just did a better job reading it than he did in the episode.
But I mean, I guess it's part of. He's so cool that he doesn't emote.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
All right.
And the whole thing is he is lying the whole time, so he's undercover.
But at that point when he said that line, he had revealed his identity. I'm like, you didn't fucking stick it, dude.
I liked that he didn't need to stick it because he's sort of indifferent towards Jimmy too. He's like, whatever, man, you didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, it's true.
This is just another case to fucking secret detective Clark Kent.
I know, but I mean, he looked good enough in those costumes. I don't care. As someone who has a semi-crush on every single cast member, this is a fucking good one for being sexy.
And when he holds up the badge.
It's the Superman symbol?
Yeah, it's a cool, that's like a cool alt. This is Elseworlds.
Yeah, it is an Elseworlds for
where
sure.
Clark is a cop in old-timey Metropolis.
And he pretends to be a reporter, a bumbling reporter. I mean, that was also part of it, I guess. Since they're going back to the 40s, now you have Clark in the 40s.
Yeah, that part I didn't really get. I'm like, what? All right, I guess. Yeah,
I guess because that's when the Superman show was set, like the George Reeve one.
Yeah, like they just wanted to do one scene with him being bumbling.
Yes,
but it was cooler when he was just sort of at that club. We should probably hit fucking play on. The episode,
yeah.
Here we go. We're hitting play on Noir.
And then that ended.
Yeah,
and you're like,
oh my god.
Okay, here's some more stuff.
Then there was an hour more of episode, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes Smallvilles can feel long because they end the conflict in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they have so many characters to service and relationships to deal with that like you have to like go from two people to two people to two people talking at the end of the show.
Oh my! Yeah.
So it's like the last 15 minutes.
You have, and sometimes they'll start with two people, go to another two, and you're like, okay, we're good, right? No, we're going back to the first two or a combination they're in.
Well, I like it when they go like Lex and Lana, Clark and Martha.
It's usually Clark and Martha right now.
And then Lana and Clark.
Right.
You're like, whoa, it's a little something.
Talking about Secret Rendezvous.
I'm talking about Secret Rendezvous. It's probably in the barn.
In the barn. The boner barn.
You want to talk about Secret Rendezvous?
Jimmy's got a little
Jimmy's
date
concocted a secret date. That's a beautiful shot right there. Where she's on the couch and the light is coming over her from the projector.
The big sleep. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. I do love the wardrobe of Chloe now that she's working at the Planet. She already dresses like the thing they're trying to spoof.
Yeah.
Not spoof. That spoof is not.
No, it's not a spoof. They're doing it.
They're doing it. It's funny. It's a trope inside of a trope because there's the noir trope. Like, all those are tropes from Noir that they repeat in this episode, but also having an episode of your show be a Noir episode is a TV trope.
It's true. You're absolutely
it's a double
right.
trope.
It's a double trope.
Yep. So I've heard the words "the big sleep" before. I guess I didn't even understand that was.
I know the big chill
from the. I didn't know it was from. Yeah, well, that's much later.
Yeah,
right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was actually a movie.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy just said he's a Seamus.
I'm Seamus.
Fella, and then she said, what is a Seamus? He's like, I'm a detective. See, dame?
All right, yeah. I don't like that you said dame.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough, I guess. That's how Chloe writes.
Of course.
Although she uses lots of fucking her own verbology for stuff.
Well, that's kind of why her and Jimmy are compatible. He also just will be silly with his words.
Yep.
But yeah, so he set up like a projector in the basement of the Daily Planet, which sounds awesome.
Yeah, they call it like the loser zone later or something.
The loser zone?
Yeah.
Well, it's,
because they're in the basement of the planet.
Like you're just doing research for other people.
Yeah, like no one would ever want to be
And she has to be there in case someone calls.
Yep.
But he rigged up the projector and made some popcorn and got some Diet Cokes.
Hell yeah.
That's
nice. Quite a date. Yeah. But then they were watching a movie. There was a gunshot, but it was a real gunshot.
It wasn't in the movie.
And some dame got clipped in the elevator, and it's Lana.
It was Lana Lang.
And they both kind of just stood there for a second.
Well, here's something I didn't like about the episode. One, yes, they just kind of stood there, I guess, stunned, where really Chloe should be calling 911.
Like, I thought they were too stunned when it was just a woman.
Yeah.
Who cares if you know her or not?
Yeah.
Like, you should have jumped into, especially Jimmy, the hero that he is, should have jumped into action.
It's true. He's the hero of Smallville.
Yes.
He's really the hero of Metropolis. I don't like that we see Lana. She's been shot, right?
Yeah, where did she get it?
It looked like in the shoulder, like up,
yeah, because she has her arm in a sling.
Above her heart, more near her arm, but kind of in the chest, I think.
Right. Shoulder meat.
Shoulder meat. So we see that. And then they take her to the hospital. I guess she's not dead. That's great. But then pretty quickly we go to Jimmy's fantasy. And then that whole time you're like, I guess Lana's fine. Because they wouldn't be doing this if Lana was not fine.
Right.
They're
just like...
And then at the end of the episode, they're like, yeah, she's fine. And I'm like, okay.
Why did they need to shoot Lana? I guess to push forward whatever will happen next. I don't really...
Yeah, like as a standalone is great, but I don't really love the way they tied it to the overall plot.
Lionel and Lana are up to something.
Yeah.
And it involves protecting Clark's secret because at the end of the last episode, Lana finally got Lionel to tell her the truth, but we didn't get to see what that was.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
So then
he was like, I actually threatened you to stay with Lex to protect Clark, even though I said I'm going to hurt Clark.
And then she said, explain that to me. And then it was like, whoosh, 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 we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And then and what a classic TV thing to do to start the episode. Give you a little bit. We see, a little bit of Lionel and Lana and why is he here and what's going on. And
Lionel got a haircut in between.
He did. I don't like.
Well, he's less powerful.
Yeah, he is.
They shaved his mane.
But I guess it's a trick because you think he is actually very powerful. He has a goon near him later on in the episode. George. Yeah, they name a lot of random people.
So
I lost that thread that I had going about Lana from before, but maybe it'll swing back around. It'll swing back
around, yeah. Right now we got Lois. I was surprised to see Lois in this episode because you don't often get Lana and Lois and Chloe all in the same episode.
Yep. Yeah, they all played their little part.
Yeah.
Lois, classic Lois move. She wants to get to some evidence, so she pretends to drop her bag full of shit.
Kind of not cool to steal evidence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, could you even use that if you had written in the article?
Yeah. Is that what she's doing?
She definitely just stole evidence.
Yeah, and that is so she can write an article for her shitty newspaper?
I think so. So she's going to write an article for her shitty newspaper about a story that happened at the Daily Planet?
I don't know. Shouldn't Chloe be like, hey, man, stop scooping my zone, bro?
Probably, yeah.
But
hoping... Chloe's on the case, but not for the story this time.
Right. Chloe's on the case because she was there when it went down with Jimmy having a nice little date night.
Yeah. And
Daddy Warbucks Clark called Lex. So there's one of your old-timies.
Annie.
It's an old-timey thing after all, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever watch Annie?
No.
Me neither.
No. Didn't jam on Annie.
I just know that obnoxious children like the songs.
Yeah.
Like to sing them at you.
Yep. Who was that other little annoying girl that sang all the songs? Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
I did watch Shirley Temple as a
young
person.
Boy,
yep.
That is not good.
No, it isn't.
That's not fun to watch.
Well, I don't think it was up to me.
And I don't think she had a good life.
Yeah, so it stinks for everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Well, the drink.
Oh, I love the drink.
The drink is delicious. Oh, yeah. So the whole thing about Lana was like, yeah, now we don't know. It's such a classic TV thing to do to set all this up and then have us watch a fantasy episode where we don't have to get to the point of that mystery from the end of the last episode.
You're right. Pretty much you're so right.
Pretty much at all.
And this is, your classic. They don't do this if you only get 8 episodes for your show.
No way.
No way. But if you're getting 22.
A Jimmy-centric Noir episode where it's all just a dream.
And it's good that it's Jimmy-centric, actually, because that makes Clark all that much cooler.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yep. He doesn't use his powers.
No, his only powers are justice and truth in the American way.
Yeah, and his big chiseled jaw,
his ginormous farm muscles.
Dude, his fucking moose skills are looking nice.
And his fucking smoldering looks.
And it's May 3rd, 1940, so sorry, Chloe, you work for me.
You get me coffee, lady. It's
but
fun.
then she
has such a minimized part. It's so funny.
But then she's like, I'm not answering your fucking phone.
Yeah.
But here comes bumbling Clark Kent. He's so stupid.
Yep. Boy, nice suspenders, nerd. Oh, wait, everybody has suspenders.
Yeah, and those suspenders look nice. He looks like he should be selling some stocks or
he's touching her boobs all over
Hilarious.
Right now. Like, because he spilled the coffee on her, he's dabbing it off.
That's
the kind of shit you could get away with in 1940.
Well, yeah, and he's fucking Christopher Reeving.
Oh, yeah, they're like, do the Christopher Reeve glasses thing.
Well, that is him, too, him dabbing her and shit, too. That's
you're right, but Christopher Reeves obviously was much better at that. It was a little more frantic, a little more. I mean, his
Clark Kent was goofier too.
Yeah,
I mean that guy's chiseled.
It's true.
Like when he's Clark, or it's almost like a Henry Cavill situation where you're like, bro, you always look jacked.
Yeah, I heard that new David Cornsweet guy.
Yeah.
Smallville fan.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I heard that dude.
I love that.
That was the Superman that was around when he was a kid.
That's cool. That guy's awesome.
That's my guy.
I've watched a couple videos with him, and I enjoy what I'm seeing from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about this old-timey phone? They spared no expense with the set deck and atmosphere going black and white. I love that.
And the wipes, actually, are really nice.
Dude, wipes are nice.
See, that one, that had to be a stock
that's
footage.
the one. That's the one, that city. My favorite thing that they did, and I love them going for it, it's bold. It's like, that's what I think is bold. They went for it. They stayed with it. Was later when Lex is driving his car, and he crashes, and they do the sped up car.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I know, that was great.
That's really nice.
I mean, also this move with the puddle and the reflected neon light.
Yeah,
And she walks through the puddle.
It's funny because this is what this alley always looks like.
It's true. Well, that's one of those. I think the puddle with the lights in it is a noir trope, but it also just made its way into everything
because it looks cool.
Because it's fucking awesome. Yeah,
like most productions, wet roads.
They do. Yeah. They also did that in the Warriors. I just remembered the Warriors commentary talking about wetting the roads a lot.
Yeah, that's a great fucking commentary.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy who directed that movie.
Yep.
So, see, I don't know. I like this Lana haircut. I love the shot, and I liked everything that happened, but just something about the look. I do like the fur.
Well, also,
I think she should still have a big hat.
She should, because especially if she's a rich man's wife.
It's raining.
It's raining, yeah.
You can't get that on your luscious locks, lady.
Yeah.
Not
they also had to make sure Lana, Lois, and Chloe all had different looks, which is probably a whole nother challenge.
Well, I mean, there's so many interesting hairdos of the time. It's probably not that difficult.
Yeah.
And really, they only had to differentiate Lana and Chloe. Lois is only in it for a second, and she gets to wear a spectacular onstage dress.
Yeah.
Which I also thought was ill-fitting, and she didn't look quite old-timey enough.
Oh,
and there's a part where I was like, holy shit, it looks like that lady's trying so hard not to fall down. Like, she's like, because the dress was so tight to her legs, but the shoes were tall, so she's like, oh, fuck. I
bet that was a problem for those ladies, too.
Let me get in there. I do like that they're like, Jimmy's the main character.
I like it, too. And I like it that they're not... They're being so patient with this part of the show, and you, as the viewer, you don't know how long it's going to last. Obviously, we're going to come out of it at some point.
Well, there was one point while I was watching that I was like, I mean, I guess maybe I would have watched this show. Where the show was just this, and all these people played all these old-timey characters. Eventually,
it actually would have been cool.
But that was early on, and then it did get to a point where I was like, all right, tired of the past, let's go.
Yeah, maybe Clark could have superpowers on this, too.
I know. I really wanted him to show some powers.
His superpower was the law.
But I appreciate that. Yeah, that's true. His hidden thing was that he was a cop.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good one for one.
That's a good one. Yeah. But it's funny because Jimmy has no idea.
It's true.
But he figured it out.
But he's a smart guy. I think he has a sense of what's going on.
He's curious. He's smart. He's funny.
He's badass.
He'll fight you. He'll get beat up too. I don't think Jimmy Olsen's afraid to get beat up.
No way.
And I bet Superman loves that about him. Jimmy Olsen, he'll take a punch.
This is maybe the most badass Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited for this Jimmy in the new one.
I agree. He's got a good look about him. I don't know who the guy is, but he does look familiar to me.
Yeah, he was in wasn't he the son in Righteous Gemstones?
Holy shit, that's who it is.
And he was in tons of other stuff.
Yeah.
He's been around forever.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's it.
That kid rules.
Yeah, he does rule.
Yeah, he's just funny.
That's a Jimmy.
That's a Jimmy.
This is a good Jimmy. What was the Jimmy on Lois and Clark like? Forgettable?
He was really he was like almost too handsome.
I remember him. He's a very 90s guy.
Yeah. Yep. Like you're like, you could have been on one of the family sitcoms.
Definitely. Yeah, you look like JD's friend.
Yep. That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, he looks like Marsden.
Yeah.
Or he's got that vibe to him.
He's like almost more handsome than Marsden, but Marsden's more interesting to look at.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
he's got the
and
riz.
he's a better performer. I mean, fucking Marsden rules.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, Clark's looking sharp in
my
suit.
God, yeah. That's a nice reveal when he comes out in this, now they're at the speakeasy. Or it's not a speakeasy, it's a gin joint.
Yeah. And it's the Talon, actually.
And it's the Talon. Is that like this what the Talon was in the 40s?
Hard to say.
I would buy it.
Again, nothing still makes sense for why it's Egyptian themed. But all these cool stores work in there.
Yeah.
I love how they transform the coffee, the place where everyone gets their coffee, into the bar. The way they put all the bottles up. And Lionel really sticks out because he's wearing all white, right?
Yeah. And that's got to be a Casablanca reference, right? And also, he's got that pencil-thin mustache, which I really appreciate.
It's creepy as.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Did he cut his hair for this part?
No, I mean, I don't know that he did, but I think it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Because he has it slicked back, which I guess he could have done even if it was longer.
Yeah.
He must have done something, I don't know. That's
using
weird. It's a weird time.
Using Batman and Robin.
It's a weird time to do it. A lot of smoking. It's weird to see
Tons
people
of smoking.
Fucking Lex Luthor
because
smoking
smoke
cigs.
makes shit look cool.
It does.
And also, everybody smoked in the 40s, obviously.
You know who wouldn't smoke?
Who?
Lex Luthor for me. He would in the 40s, probably.
Yeah, like Kingpin of Crime, Lex Luthor, certainly.
Yeah.
but not any intelligent Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his body is his,
Even into the 60s, I'd be like, I don't like Lex Luthor
smoking.
cigs.
Yeah, he should actually be snooty about it.
Yeah, he should be like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you're just killing yourself, you moron.
Why would you do that, you
You
idiot?
addicted yourself to a chemical for no reason.
Way to go, jackass.
Yeah.
How are we ever going to kill the Superman if you keep getting up to this sort of
Wait
stuff?
a minute. Kryptonite cigarettes. I got it.
Yeah, I'll get him hooked on kryptonite smokes. Yeah, he's got the fucking bow tie, does Lionel.
Yeah, and perhaps smoking more confidently than anybody.
Dude,
He's blowing out huge plumes. Like he's
dude.
fucking vaping on the corner.
Dude, the plumes are majestic on Lionel Luthor, dude. That's for sure. Plumage at an all-time high.
Yeah, mad plumage, dude.
Yeah, so this is what the deal is, baby cakes. When Lex Luthor leaves the club, let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
He don't leave the club.
Right. I like that. I like that as a first twist.
Yeah, and the way they show it visually is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So Lois, you think she sings? Erica Durance is a singer or what?
No.
Is that her really singing?
I think so.
I thought so too. And I don't think she's much of a singer.
No, definitely not. It was terrible.
And not necessarily a great dancer.
No,
but she is beautiful.
And I'm like, I don't think they made that outfit for her. I feel like we rented a lot of this shit.
I think like a lot of this shit was in the studio. Like, does they have a warehouse where they keep shit?
Nah, it all looks so new though.
Yeah. Well, I like Lex's white scarf.
His fucking scarf.
That is nice. And he's wearing the hell out of that hat.
Yeah, he's Al Capone.
Yeah, he's Al Capone. Yeah.
Yeah, let's all get in the car, see?
Although, did they say he's into crime?
There we go. Yeah, I think so, because he referenced that the other guy used to be in charge of crime, and now he is, when he was talking to Lionel, who isn't his dad.
Right. He says he's not his dad in this.
Yeah, he's not his dad.
He said the only shots you've been calling him from behind that bar. Good line, well delivered.
Thanks for the cigarette, now fuck off.
Yeah.
And then he had to fuck off.
Yep.
But, yeah, that was an awesome shot where it looks like Lex got in the car with his guys, but then the camera goes around the pole and he's there and his boys are gone.
Yeah.
And the way fucking he gets in his car and then Jimmy runs to get in his car, I love it. I love repurposing the barn as a place where Lex and Lois meet up because
saw that coming?
Yeah, they're having an affair.
Yep.
All the relationships aren't the relationships
True.
from the show, and I like that.
Yep.
It's refreshing.
Although there is some,
the Clark and the Lana.
Clark and the Lana, and the Lex is married to Lana.
Yeah. But he doesn't seem to like her very much.
No, he does not. Just like in real life, because he abuses her.
Yeah, well, I think he might like her. He surely can't love her if you... Well, I don't know.
Human
emotions are complicated.
I don't think Lex can love anybody the right way. I think he's kind of broken.
Yeah.
He doesn't really know how to love and doesn't really get it.
You know who else he doesn't know how to love? His goddamn self.
His goddamn self.
I bet he hates himself.
Yeah.
This one does.
Yeah.
Not all. Most don't.
Remember in that last episode where he said, like...
We're doing a driving scene,
He said something about, like, then my darker side took over.
Oh, dude, and then the darkness that reigns within my soul was unleashed.
Yeah.
Oh, are you looking into the dark abyss of my soul again, Father? Wasn't that what it was?
I think it was,
Something like that. There was an abyss involved.
There was a dark abyss
There was
within
an
him.
abyss. It wasn't a well-lit abyss. Dude, I love the frames, the train. I think the train might be stock.
Yeah, something stock. I love the way the car flipped.
I hope they did that.
Yeah.
I hope that's not stock. I think they did because they have an upside-down veron of the car, but that'd be easy to accomplish.
It's true.
I don't know. I love the movie
that
magic.
looked all beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like an old movie because Jimmy dreams in old movies.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Jimmy ran... What happened exactly there? Lex was trying to get away from Jimmy. Oh, he's trying to catch...
they were in the barn making out, which in this universe is some other location, right?
Yep.
Just somewhere they hook up, Lois and Lex.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy jumped out with his giant old-timey camera.
Gotcha,
He's like,
see?
Gotcha! You can't sneakily take pictures in old times.
I was thinking that. I was like, it was hard for a sneaky photographer.
Yeah. And so the flash went off, and Lex is like, holy shit, I'm going to kill you because I'm that kind of guy. Thus, a car chase. Jimmy fucking went over the train tracks. The train went behind him, so Lex couldn't follow him, right?
Yep.
But he got his car smashed up.
He was going to try to beat the train, but he couldn't beat the train.
That's what it was,
right,
yeah.
okay.
And then he crawled out of the
wreckage.
rubble. Fine.
For the millionth time.
Yeah.
Lex crawls out of a broken car.
It's true.
See, this robe around the house, Lana, I didn't love it.
Not buying it?
Didn't love it. Just wardrobe. I don't know.
It's fair.
The lighting is beautiful.
Yep.
I love the black and white. I like that they commit to that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just cool.
Yeah, respect it. And I like, even though like while we're watching it, I was thinking like this is kind of going on a long time.
Yeah.
I like how slow and patient it is. You know, because like, no, we got to hit the beats in the right order and space them out.
And even the lines that you're like, that might be a little corny. It's like, well, that's the thing, baby.
Yeah, we're doing it.
See, that's what's happening, babe. I mean,
And
it's
it's
not
like,
that, but
and Lana hired Jimmy to look into Lex, but now she's like giving him a gun.
Damn, dude.
After he brought her the picture, and she's like, "Oh, we got to watch out for Lex." And she's like, "Don't worry, take this to protect yourself."
Dude, finally she gets to fucking gaslight somebody up.
Yeah,
dude.
definitely. So it's like, oh,
Trickery.
Lex is bad because he's cheating on his wife, but she's also cheating on him. He was going to try to kill her. She is trying to kill him.
But Lex wasn't trying to kill her.
Oh, right. They were just going to get a divorce.
Yeah, yes.
So he was cheating on her, but not trying to kill her. She lied about that.
But
and she's going to try to trick Jimmy into killing Lex
because she's the one that wants to kill.
I mean, that's some fucking classic good
noir
twists and turns of a noir story.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice.
That's the the Black Widow. That's the fucking
right. The Femme Fatale.
The Femme Fatale.
You know,
I love a Femme
which
Fatale.
is funny because that's a trope in noir. You're like, you have to do it every time, but you're not really doing noir.
But,
the tropes are so hardcore.
What you start writing the story and you're like, all right, this lady's telling the truth.
Yeah.
You're writing the story and you're like, oh boy, this would be a really good time to learn that this lady was not telling the truth.
Definitely.
Never mind.
Yep, never mind.
I'm doing a noir.
Oh, you thought she was trustworthy because she was beautiful?
Wow, you're an idiot.
Sucker.
Yeah, she tricked you.
Yep.
Or she did need your help a little bit and she just pushed it a little too far because she realized she could manipulate you. Who knows?
For instance, in this story, did Lana want Jimmy to kill Lex the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a story, a dream about a movie he saw.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, that's true. I forget what the exact line that Lex says at some point, but there was, you're not the first sucker she spun in her web. It's right there.
That's a great line.
That makes
he delivered it well.
That makes me think that she has burned other people doing shit like this.
I think so,
He's
too.
the one that maybe has been stuck in this marriage more than her, as opposed to the other way around.
I agree, yeah.
I love this scene of Jimmy and Lex in the pouring rain. And
Yep.
they got the hats and the big coats.
Yep.
And then pretty much Lex was going to be like, "Hey man, you got to get out of here." Right? He wasn't gonna kill him.
He reached into his coat to pull out a cigarette.
Yeah, to pull out the thing.
Yeah, the thing.
The gardenia.
The gardenia.
The metal cigarette case that has a flower on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Jimmy thought he was gonna
kill
pull
him.
a gun, and he took the gun that Lana gave him.
So yeah,
and Lana probably did know that.
Lana knew that
Lex wasn't going to kill him.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. She's a spider.
She a dirty spider, dude. She gonna trick you. You think she's caught in a web, but she wove the web, dude.
She's the spider.
She's the spider, dude. I do love this old timey hairdo that they got Chloe in.
Me too.
I like her gear.
Yeah, she looks awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, is that kind of the same haircut that Lucy has?
Yes, 100%. She's loose to the gills, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my gosh, she looks like Lucy.
Yeah, she does. I love the rain in this scene. She goes split screen with the cop. It just looks so brutally rainy out there.
Yeah, they're pounding these dudes with rain.
Yeah, definitely. And smoke.
Yep.
This is all rain and smoke, this one.
Drunk ass, fucking wet ass, fucking Jimmy Olsen. Sitting at the bar with Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
He's pouring a drink 16 feet off the ground.
Because he wanted a double.
He wanted a triple, quadruple. It's classy.
Yep.
You know? And it's not shattering anything. It's not breaking any fucking wheels, you know what I mean? It's not reinventing the wheel, rather.
I agree. It's just like a good noir episode of a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet this was fun.
I bet it was fun, too.
And the guy whoever shot this thing nailed it.
He really wanted to do this.
I hope it's a guy who's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was like, God, he kept saying it. He's been trying since season 3.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, we can't.
What we're doing, they're vampires now, but we can't do a noir one?
Yeah,
okay.
Like, oh, wow. All right. Sure.
Fucking, I get it. So is Chloe putting it all together like she always does?
Uh-huh. So there is some 1-in-1.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I like that it's not so rigid that it's like Clark doesn't have powers. Why wouldn't you give him powers? But I like that they didn't.
Yeah, because fucking Jimmy doesn't know that.
Jimmy doesn't know, dude. So Lionel works for Lana.
Yeah.
Right?
Lionel works for Lana.
Boy Wonder may have taken the bait, but he's on to you. And he's on the phone with Lana. Boy Wonder, Batman reference.
Why?
It's a Batman inside this Noir Smallville reference all the time.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Because they did.
Jimmy is the Boy Wonder.
Yeah, because he's kind of
Superman.
young.
Well, and he's his sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
For some, you could say it. You could say that and not be lying.
You could say Jimmy Olsen is Superman's sidekick. Yeah. Yep.
Not as much as Robin is.
No, I mean, he
Batman's.
does less than Robin, but as a team, they basically get as much done as Batman and Robin.
Clark's sidekick.
Yes.
He's
actually Lois's sidekick.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. I like when they all, and it looks like this might be we're getting in the new movie. I like when they're all working together.
Yeah,
it looks like
definitely.
they got everybody in the team in this new Superman. They got Cat Grant. There's another lady I don't know, and they got Steve Lombard up in this piece.
Yeah, they got Steve Lombard, and they got the Chief in that fucking new trailer. He's in the vehicle with Lois somehow.
The T plane or whatever the fuck it's called, the T sphere. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, and she's driving. Jimmy's in there too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised Cat Grant's up in that piece.
I think so.
Jimmy
Is Jimmy super drunk right now?
I don't know. I was wondering if he actually is drunk at that bar, or if he's just so wet and tired.
Yeah, and he's trying to get drunk, but then evidence unfurled itself.
Yeah, the adventure continued.
Yeah.
So he thinks Clark's behind everything.
Yeah.
So he's going to confront him at the
Daily Planet.
Yeah.
At Clark's desk.
Yep.
And as he's coming over, he sees him sitting at his desk.
Finally.
But no, it was Lana in a big hat.
I mean,
is that Clark's hat? Is it a trick? No, that's her hat.
No. Yeah, it's not big enough, but it is at least a big hat.
You want like a Carmen Sandiego hat.
Yes, sir. You know I do.
Well, hopefully when she flees at the end, she'll put on a huge hat.
She'll need a whole new fucking retinue of hats.
Yeah.
Oh, she got that tiny little gun, dog. What do they call
the drop
that?
on Jimmy.
The Derringer, dude? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's at a Saturday Night Special.
Ooh. Is that a penis gun? That was the only other special gun I could think of. But
damn. So she shoots Jimmy.
Well, she's gonna shoot Jimmy.
I thought she just did shoot Jimmy.
No, I think when she went to shoot Jimmy, didn't Clark shoot her? That was what the gunshot was? Because Jimmy just goes to jail.
He just fell down though, right?
I think he got scared. Oh, she did shoot him. It hit the fucking cigarette case.
The special thing. The whole dream is leading to this.
The MacGuffs.
The MacGuffs.
Yeah, because that is that relevant somehow in the real world?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. He's gonna like just come up with the solution because of this dream. Because
he was already trying to work this out in his head, but because he had this got knocked out dream, he was able to process this information as an old-timey Noir, right?
Yeah, because he got knocked out watching an old movie.
Yeah, and then he was like thinking about
classic TV logic.
And then he wakes up and he's like, "Wait a minute! Now that I can see it through the lens of the dream, what if Lana's an evil bitch?" I feel like that's what he says when he wakes up.
I mean, maybe, yeah. Well, I guess he's like that thing means something.
Yeah.
You know, the cigarette case, that's special.
Oh, man, that was brutal the way that Clark's like, all right, kid, well, yeah, you fucking figured it all out. Time to go to jail. You're going to get electrified in the fucking chair. And he's like, what?
Yeah. Well, then he wakes up. So
and then
that
you're
didn't
thinking,
happen.
wake up.
So Clark killed Lana.
Yeah.
Jimmy killed Lex.
Yep.
Jimmy went to jail forever.
Yep.
Clark was an undercover PD who was in love with Lana, so that sucks that he had to kill her.
Yeah, but he still won. He did his cop case. Lex is dead, so I assume that means you win in 1940.
Yeah, definitely. He's a hero.
That's what they
hero cop.
Eventually, the criminals did get so bad they're like, whew, we got to kill Bonnie and Clyde because that's just the only way.
Yeah. Well,
they don't.
They had Al Capone, they had Elliot Ness. You need a badass cop to take down a badass bad guy.
Get a guy.
Yeah.
I love fucking Chloe's outfit is still old school. She just she's allowed to wear pants. And
she's allowed to like be a reporter and not a coffee person. Although she still gets coffee, I think.
Yeah, she's a basement person.
Yeah, she's a basement person.
Jimmy's about to go on an assignment, dude.
Well, he's kicking ass at his career.
He's doing better.
Yeah.
Lana doesn't smoke. Why would she have the fucking gun case? I mean, the cigarette case.
Right. So it was in her spilled belongings.
Yes, that's what Lois took.
stole. Yeah, some evidence. Just a little light theft of evidence.
Dude, big time. Whoops. She did one of those, dropped all her stuff into the evidence.
Yeah.
That fucking poor
It's a sick
Phil.
move. Flirting didn't get her in.
No, Phil wasn't having it.
No.
Phil and George.
Phil and
Where did
George,
they come
random
from?
character names in
it's
this
nuts.
one.
Yeah. I remember seeing George.
Oh, I
in
wonder
another
if those
one,
are like Noir references. Those are pretty old school names.
They are.
George especially.
I'd like to be George. That's a good name.
Yeah, you like to be George?
I would like to be a George. That's a good name. George.
I don't want to be Phil.
No, I don't like the name Phil. No. What are you gonna? It's like
Well,
Phil McCracken. I mean, Uncle,
you don't want to be.
You don't want to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Although you can do ones with Mike. There's ones for Mike. So
Yeah. What's going on?
oh, dude, they're on the mission. They found the.
See, now it's kind of like, all right.
They knew that someone.
The cool part's over.
Yeah, they knew that whoever did the deed and ran away would be at the same place where the elevator last came from. And she says the elevator has a memory, and then it takes them to a floor, and then they go and find this guy's office.
Because even though they were working that night and they were having a date night, Lana was in the building to see someone else.
Yes.
In her green dress?
Yeah, she was dressed up.
Why was she dressed up?
I think that, I feel like it has something to do with
sneaking out.
Lionel, right? Did Lionel know about this meeting?
Oh, yeah. She had dinner with Lionel or something.
Right. And, yeah, who was the killer? Oh, I was trying to remember what happened to the guy who tried to kill Lana, but he ends up getting arrested and dying in jail, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty
And we
nuts.
never see who it is.
No, we never see that person.
So there was a suspect earlier fleeing the scene that Jimmy got a picture of on his shitty phone with 1 megapixel.
But that was this guy.
And that was this guy. So
Yeah.
they've been chasing the wrong lead the whole time.
It's like it's a noir.
It is. So while this guy's like, all right, you might have a lot of evidence that points to me. Here's a logical reason why I am not the suspect. And they're like, okay. Then he gets killed through the door with a gun.
Like, he's standing in front of the glass doorway, and
Yeah.
a shadow moves
Yeah.
like a straight-up OG noir.
Yeah.
And then, boom, through the glass. It's funny, like, right in that moment where we all go, oh, all right, this guy's good people. Bang!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And, fuck yeah.
Jimmy said, knock you out.
So Jimmy is like, call 911. And he chased after the guy because he
Yep.
tried to run away. And then
Chloe
she
got
called
involved.
Clark
Yep.
because Jimmy doesn't know about calling Clark and how cool that is.
But then Chloe runs out there and starts fighting the criminal.
Yeah.
The criminal knocks Chloe backwards, but then turns around and catches a haymaker.
yeah,
from
Jimmy kicks his ass as much as Jimmy's ever kicked
But
some ass.
unfortunately, she does a half gainer right into the back of a garbage truck.
Yeah.
She falls all the way down the stairwell, but Clark gets there just in time, catches her, and is like, girl, I got you. She's like, Clark, why'd you take so long? It's very cute. I love it.
It's adorable.
Yes.
It's maybe the best moment of the episode, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they have great chemistry.
They do.
And
you
then
know?
Clark puts her on the couch
Yeah.
and then runs behind a shelf to watch how cute this is going to be when Jimmy comes down and she's alive.
And she says, why do you wait to the last second? And he goes, it's more fun that way. And they both
know-
have a little giddy laugh.
You know how I like to make an entrance.
And then he goes and watches while she makes out with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And
That's the most wholesome someone watching someone make out I've ever seen.
it's true. But she's also like making out with him super hard. One, because it's great not to be dead. But two, like, let's not talk about how I just survived that.
Oh, she 100% started making out with him to
Yeah.
just distract his ass.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, Jimmy's going to get a weird hand job in this lobby right now to keep his mind off this thing.
Like, so the conversation going forward will never be, do you remember when you fell off the thing and landed on that couch and didn't die?
No, I don't remember that. I remember getting a hand job in the lobby.
Yeah, that was a good
my
day.
last memory from
That was a
being
great day.
in that room personally. So Lois gets home to her apartment above the Talon. Who's sitting in the dark? It's Lionel and George.
I don't like that. You know what?
But that was Lillian's cigarette case, and he had to have it back.
I do appreciate that.
No, he
but it's
doesn't give
just
a
like, don't
shit.
come in here with a goon and menace Lois.
I don't know. If you're going to hide anywhere with a goon, I feel like it happens here a lot.
It does, yeah.
People can get into this place so easily.
Yeah, the people are always home when you get home.
I'm not even sure they lock the door above the town. Like, there's probably just people that are looking for the bathroom. They're like, oh, fuck, I'm trapped in whoever lives here's apartment now.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Adam.
Oh, no, the one time.
Oh, gosh.
It's not one of the hot chicks.
Yeah, it's not even Jason.
Although he was often sneaking in there, too.
Yeah, he's always hiding up
The
in there.
Teagues, very
The
sneaky.
Sneaky.
They went away, huh?
Yeah, dude. Bye-bye. You go get your own show. Get out of here, Dean
Yeah.
Winchesters.
Yep.
Good for him. That's a good move.
Yeah, it is. Get
your own
your own
show.
show.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
with
Not
one-
even a spin-off.
Yeah. All original IP.
Yeah.
So Lionel's like, I'm going to be taking this cigarette case, and also I'm going to show you what's on the flash drive. It is an evil fat senator giving me Hoggish Greedsley vibes.
But like Lionel didn't know this, or he did?
I think he did, and Lois is being like, you didn't know, and he's like, oh, I didn't know, but he knows. I don't know. It's hard to know what he knows, Jeremy.
It seems like Lionel was making, well, this is not what it seems like. This is what they say later. Lana was getting manipulated by Lionel to spy on Lex. They all have L names.
Oh, they sure do.
And she decided to screw them both at the end.
Lana did.
And so she took the evidence and the fact that Lionel was manipulating her to make her spy. And she was going to tell all that to the reporter.
The guy who ran away that didn't do the deed.
Yes. And the guy who got killed.
Yeah, I forgot he died. Who hired the guy that shot Lana? You know what I mean?
I know.
That's the only part I'm like, wait a minute.
Lionel?
Who?
That would be pretty extreme.
Yeah,
Lex? I don't think Lex.
No, I don't think Lex.
He wants to hurt her in different ways.
Did Lana do it? Is she in fact the bad guy?
Oh
like
my
she
God.
said she was in the. It is
the
one
Noir?
for one, dude. Nothing's an accident.
Who did
shit?
I think. Well, I don't think they told us.
No, okay.
But I think we're supposed to think it's either Lex or Lionel hired the guy.
How could we think it's anyone else?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
we
they
think
have the
it's-
conversation. We're like, yeah, the guy.
But we think it's Lana.
Who has guys inside that could kill that guy? He's so fast. Lionel.
Yeah, George.
I think he has way more shady contacts.
Yeah, George is like the best guy. George knows a bunch of shitty Georges that he could hire to do this job. And get fucking clipped for it.
All you got to do is send in a carton of cigarettes into the prison to the right guy.
Yep. Oh yeah, killing him once he's inside.
Yeah. Just find a lifer who's a Mr. Luther guy.
Yeah, and now fucking Lionel Luther's gonna make your stay fucking delightful.
Yeah.
This is an interesting conversation that Chloe's like, hey, Lana, it feels like you fucking know some stuff and you have a secret. And she's like, yeah, I might have a secret, but you know about having secrets. And I thought we were going to end up in a bit of a secret standoff.
Yeah.
But then Lana just starts spilling the beans a little.
Yeah.
She's like apparently telling Chloe that Lionel has something over Clark, right?
Yeah. I think they kind of had half of this conversation last week, too.
But now they're getting into it a little bit more.
But now they're getting into it a little more, which I like how they're doing that over time.
Totally.
Makes it more interesting than always, like, reverting back to, like, I don't know what's going on.
It's funny because neither of them will say everything, though, because Lana's like, Clark's in trouble. And then Chloe's like, dude, I can assure you, bro, Clark is not in trouble. And she's like, dude, but I can assure you that because of the weakness that I know that Clark has that you told me about. And she's like, no, bro. I assure you, Clark will figure it out. And she said
there's something stronger than Clark, and he's going to get him.
I don't like that.
I'm like, one, you need to understand the specifics. It's not helping anybody.
Tell her it's a magic. Tell her it's a rock.
Listen, you don't know why, but I think you can understand that the meteor rocks have different effects on different people, and sometimes people have powers in Smallville. Lana knows all that.
Yep.
So if you're just like, yeah, the meteor rocks, they hurt Clark.
Dude,
it's
he's
the
allergic.
Green
It's
rocks.
still not too late.
And actually, the red rocks do weird shit too, which you have seen.
Remember when you thought he was on like heroin and stuff?
Yeah.
No, he was on what we call red K.
It's all rock-based drugs.
Yeah, if you find a glowing rock, Clark is allergic to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you telling?
You ever notice the rocks glow when Clark's around and he falls down?
And then Lana would be like, oh. Well, then that means Lionel has a bunch of this rock.
Right.
Surely we can stop
Lionel
safeguard
against the rock.
From using rocks against our friend.
Yeah, it's not like a space laser that we can't do anything about.
Right.
We can just bring a broom and sweep the rocks away from Clark.
You know Clark's going to go running into a room, get stuck in the fucking room.
They're on the table. He grabs the table and
falls down
and brings it on top of him.
Into a safe. He falls into a safe with the table on him.
Yeah, but that's the greatest part about being a human being. Any person can then save him.
Yeah.
These rocks have no effect on me. Maybe long term.
I bet it feels cool to save. Yeah, you might get cancer eventually.
Definitely.
But I bet it feels
cool
to save Superman. To pull some kryptonite off. You're like, this is just it's actually a very light rock, come to find out.
Yeah, totally. Just chuck it. You skip it across the lake.
Yeah. Wow, 29 skips. I'll come save you whenever you want. Thanks, Mikey.
Or it's like in the new Superman trailer where that guy helps him up.
Oh, yeah.
Superman could have got up, but that guy wanted to help Superman.
Yeah, that feel good.
Yeah.
To give Superman the be like,
Yeah.
hit one of those on
didn't
him?
he like put his arm under his
Yeah,
shoulder and be
that's
like,
even better.
Come on, let's go, buddy.
I'll carry you.
Yeah.
Samwise your ass wherever you're going.
Yeah.
So we're rolling through all the endings to this episode.
Mm-hmm. Was that Lex and Lionel just talking?
You know, I didn't even look at the screen.
I know we were talking, but I think it wasn't. I think that's where you find out. Oh, the guy that shot Lana totally got murdered,
Ooh, yes.
in the I think wasn't even fucking prison because he wouldn't have had time to get a trial and sentenced yet.
Yeah, he would have been in just holding.
It would have been like jail.
He would have been in jail.
Yeah.
Regular jail.
Got killed in jail. Jeez.
Do not pass jail. Do not go to prison.
Ooh.
Guess that's a reward.
Yeah.
Definitely don't get $200. So Jimmy just said, "Oh man, I can't believe that I had a dream. Clark was a fucking reporter and fights crime by nighttime."
Yeah. Yep. He's
Yeah,
a
Superman.
Smallville after all.
Yeah, Superman.
Superman actually fights a lot of crime in the daytime.
He's actually more powerful.
He's super fast, so he has the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Jimmy
has all brought about a fucking Circuit City's worth of stuff
He
here
has so many devices now.
to give to Chloe before he leaves.
He has an iPod and a phone, which a few years later would have just been an iPhone.
Yeah, he has. Oh yeah, he has an iPod and a camera.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does he have a phone? He
No.
does actually.
Well, yes, he does.
And
He
it has a
took
mega
picture.
pickle.
He has about 16 megapixels
Yeah,
on
he has
that
a lot
thing.
of pockets.
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier how awesome it is to always have a flashlight and a calculator on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really helpful.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
What would Chloe get done with just that? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
She has to carry shit around in the trunk of her car. She's got that go bag.
And I bet none of her best pants have pockets.
No, of course not. Women's pants? No way, dude. Man, I'll tell you what, this Jimmy is a good photographer because he can set up a digital camera with one hand. He just palms it and puts it down, and he's like, got it. And I'm hitting you with a fucking...
Did he play some Noir music on the iPod?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then he put the thing down to set it for 10 seconds or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then he leaned her back and smooched her, which I was saying, maybe you guys can weigh in on this on the in the comments or whatever. Does anybody like being tipped backwards and kissed? I can't imagine that's cool.
I think that it is awesome probably
If the person's strong enough and big enough to do it.
If the person that is being dipped is a smaller person and the person that's dipping them is very strong.
Yeah.
Because me as a larger guy, if you tipped me backwards,
You'd lose.
I'd be like, bro, gravity's going to get me. And then, you're going to have to be real strong.
Totally, yeah. So I guess in my life, that's just an unrealistic thing that would happen.
I don't know if I've ever did it.
Unless, like,
I don't think I've done
I start dating a muscle mommy.
And she dips you.
A really tall muscle mommy.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, actually, I don't know.
How big is Rhea Ripley?
I don't know if she could dip your fat ass,
I don't
dude.
think so.
She's very strong, too.
Yeah, she's very strong. She'd have to be a very strong person.
Yeah, she'd be like, sorry.
Like Wonder Woman.
She'd feel bad. She'd be like, oh,
if
sorry.
Wonder Woman dipped me and kissed me, I guess I'd be happy.
Well, of course. Yeah. What if Batman gave you a little dip and kiss?
No, I don't kiss Batman. He's busy.
Well, what if he wanted to kiss you?
No. I'm not kissing
Superman?
Batman. Now we're talking maybe.
Nice.
But Batman's got a lot of problems going on.
Yeah, last thing he needs is a complicated relationship with Jeremy.
Plus, if you date Batman, you also have to do crime in Gotham.
That's true. You gotta be.
You have to at least try to seize Gotham once a year.
Put on your little suit, your special tight suit. Okay, let's check the email, guys. You can email us on this, Joinks.
Yeah, please do.
It's a Smallville podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can also join the Facebook group. It's
Yeah.
a Smallville Facebook group on Facebook.
And you
Is
can
that a
also,
thing?
it is. You can also like and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
You know what I'm talking about?
Activate the subscribe button. Pa-poing! All right, let's. Oh, and
Was there emails?
No.
Oh, great. Okay.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Bye, everybody. Smallville you later.
I don't have a sound or anything. Bye.